What's it matter? I've been in there eating poo for 12 years.
Why the does it matter? I've been eating poop for 12 years.
It's Blue. Make sure you like and subscribe and go follow me on Twitch, where I live stream at least 3 times a week, and my other YouTube channel and my Patreon, where I have more content on there that I don't post here. Today I'm going to be reacting to more Shane Gillis, Hoarders.
The topic, I've showed it to all of you. I love it very much. I haven't stopped laughing about it.
Oh, yes.
There's this woman on Hoarders named Shanna.
My name is Shanna,
Oh.
and I'm on disability. I can definitely handle dirt. I don't have a problem with that. Actually, by the time you put it in there, it's actually a dirty water jug is what that is.
She
Wait.
was hoarding her poop.
In a jug.
Jugs of shit
I was just gonna ask.
and
What was
piss
it?
throughout the house.
Yeah. Some good girl, dude.
She's the ultimate good girl. She is a good girl. She's very sweet the whole time. But she also, her and her mom used to shit in a bucket in the house.
Okay.
Her mom obviously perished.
Yeah.
You can't shit in a house. You'll get all types of diseases.
Yeah.
Did they ever say what killed her mom in the episode or no?
They claimed cancer, but
I mean,
it
I
had
don't
to be
give a
just
cancer.
insane diseases.
Yeah.
Cancer.
I'm
It's
sure
like
that could give
bringing
you
the plague
cancer.
back. You can't.
You can't live around your turds. You gotta flush them. Bye-bye.
Dude, we watched it before you got. Dude, we watched this. What you said?
You can't live around your turds. You gotta flush them. Bye-bye.
You have to say goodbye. Do you ever say goodbye to them? Oh,
Me
you
and
have
I have a
kids.
kid.
Yeah,
You constantly say goodbye to your turds. She's like, bye-bye.
That's not going to be an imprint. She's not going to be an adult just like,
Bye.
I hate goodbyes.
The editing on this video itself is even so fun. The movement and like the slight replays, it feels kind of fun. Good editing. I don't know what to say about this video because it's really switching tones. Hoarders seems really sad. I've never seen it, but I probably seem so lame. It just seems so hard to laugh at that. I don't want to start labeling things and being annoying, probably annoying. Like, oh, it's, you know, it's okay to laugh. But that just seems so shocking and so sad. Like, what happens to somebody to do that? But on the positive side, because it is what it is and it's already happened and it does exist, and I mean, hopefully she never, like, sees it being talked about or something, just on how they're talking about it, they are really funny people. And it does help with a lot of things that are dark and really sad to make jokes about it because it's, again, a corny saying, but if you don't laugh, then you'll cry. So I think that in a lot of situations, it is okay to make jokes about things that are dark.
There's that scene we were watching, dude. Obviously her whole house is trash. Everything's trash. There's jugs of shit and piss everywhere.
Yeah.
You don't hear it like it is when you see it, though. Seeing it today.
Seeing it is unbelievable.
Really?
It's truly unbelievable.
5-gallon buckets, or what are we talking?
Big ass 5-gallon.
like
but
the
that
office-
gets too heavy.
Oh,
So then
yeah,
she comes
it
in
would.
and scoops it with a mug into a smaller bucket, pours it in, carries it, almost falls throughout her house with shit and trash everywhere, throws it in the yard, comes back inside, lays on garbage, her microwave is broken, obviously. She has one toaster oven. She has paper plates and cups and bowl. She has a paper bowl. She scoops Progresso clam chowder into a paper
Ew,
bowl,
why would you
puts it in a toaster
that
oven for
noise?
20 minutes. Obviously, it starts to catch fire. The guy filming's like, it actually smells like something's burning. She's like, oh yeah, they burn. That's all right.
I use paper bowls because I'm lazy.
I smell smoke right now.
Oh no, it does burn it a little bit when I put it in the toaster oven.
Takes it out, eats clam chowder Progresso soup in a room filled with shit everywhere. She looks at the camera guy and is like, honestly, would you say that I'm a hoarder? And the guy's like, yeah, absolutely. She's like, but this can't be the worst one you've ever seen. And they're like, this is by far the worst thing we've ever seen.
Hoarders saying this is by far the worst, like shocking hoarders. I suppose it would be worse to hear, oh no, we've seen worse. So that's a good thing that like it maybe hasn't gotten worse than that.
by far the worst thing we've ever seen. And then she's like, they're like, do you know what the smell is in this house? And she was like, you know, my sister was here and she mentioned something smelling. I think it's the mold and dust in here. It's a real musty smell.
What is the main cause of the smell?
Musty odor, having to do with mold and dust.
No.
No?
It's the feces and urine that's in the house.
And my sister was saying something about a musty odor.
A musty odor of feces and urine.
Okay, so it's still musty.
Yeah, but it's from feces and urine.
Oh. He's like, it's not the mold and the dust. It's the feces and urine everywhere. She's like,
Is that what it is?
Oh.
he's like, yeah, that's what it is. And
How do you even
she's
stay
like,
in there?
she's like, oh, so we agree it's musty though. Like, she's so good at arguing for some. Like she still has a little left in the tank mentally.
Is that brand new information to you? To think that the feces and urine has something to do with the smell?
I guess so, because I thought it was due to the mold and dust. Oh, wow. I must have not known this was real serious. I learned a lesson about fecal matter today, if nothing else.
This has been making me laugh, and I tried it on stage, and the whole room got very upset.
Why?
Because I explained what the show was of a lady living in her own.
Hilarious.
Nobody thought it was funny. But she's going through all piles of trash and finding old groceries and covered in mold, obviously. And they're like, you can't eat that. She's like, I'm going to pick the mold off of it. And then she's got another thing. They're like, it's totally ruined. She's like, yeah, I don't have a freezer. Like, she has like an excuse like you're a dumbass the whole time.
Okay, again, we've made the acknowledgement that this is really sad, and I hope that she's okay. But how he is describing it is kind of accurate to how it seems her attitude is. What feels kind of positive about the situation is what she seems to have in her, almost like wit. Maybe she's not actually doing it on purpose and it's not looked at as wit, but this type of debating or argument that she's doing because she isn't aware of what's around her, it's nice because she seems as if in her mind she's living almost normal, just might have a small problem. And so in her reality, as long as it's not that bad, it feels as if she's kind of safe a little bit, at least mentally, in her own box. Again, not saying that she is safe and not excusing what's going on, not acting like there's not a problem or anything, but find it a bit comforting that she does have almost a different reality from what people are probably observing.
Has like an excuse like you're a dumbass the whole time.
This is covered in mold.
It might be a little bit moldy because I don't have a freezer.
So you're gonna eat moldy bread?
No, I'm gonna pick the mold up.
They're at the very end, they're like, all right, there's contaminated food in there. Everything's ruined. We gotta go in there and throw everything out. And she goes, I'm going to go ahead back in there and eat some of that contaminated food. And then the party's over. Everybody on intervention needs to get high one more night. I'm going in there and I start tomorrow. And they're like, why would it be a party? Why is eating contaminated food a party? What's it matter? I've been in there eating poo for 12 years.
Why the f does it matter? I've been eating poop for 12 years.
He looks at her and she goes, I've been eating poo for 12 years. And he goes, he's so defeated.
And they're playing like suspenseful TV music. Dun, 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 dun.
What?
Get high one last time.
You're getting a high out of thinking that you've got fecal matter in your food.
It's my last blaze of glory.
Progresso soup dumps diarrhea on the fat lady.
Ew, stop. I said the
Clam
editing was
chowder
good at
dumps
first,
in
but
a
now I changed my
bucket for
mind.
a decade.
Dude,
She's probably
you're just throwing them in her yard.
She probably got sick. She was probably just like,
like a dog.
Oh my goodness, I actually thought that he was trying to be comedic in that moment where he was redescribing essentially what she said. No, he quoted her. I think it's taking a really long time to understand what I'm watching. Because I told myself, oh, okay, she's collecting it. Did they already say in the video that she was They probably did. And my brain was just like, nope, throw that one out. We didn't hear that. Because seems like it's obvious at this point, but it's almost like, wait, what? I thought it was just collecting. Yeah, maybe that part was. Oh my goodness, what happened?
Did she not have a bathroom?
She did, but that's another classic line.
Good question.
She did. There was a septic tank. It overflowed. And then
Jackpot.
And then she was like,
Wait, what?
"I'm not a plumber. I don't know how to fix a toilet." And they were like, "But people would argue, you know how to use a phone, and you could call a plumber." And she's like, "You can see it hits her. It's like, oh." And then I'm gonna go ahead back in there and eat some contaminated food.
Best.
And then the party's over.
And then the party's over. If you saw her out, you'd be like, that's an ugly.
Yeah.
You'd say that's just a weird
Crazy
looking lady.
lady,
She looks
yeah.
like a normal,
Yeah.
run of the mill person.
Yeah.
You would never get. I mean, but the stench coming off that lady.
It must have been crazy.
She break as soon as her mom died. They're like, oh,
Yeah, she can't be
I'm
showered.
shitting in
Did she
these.
have any of her
No,
mom's
her and her
buckets?
mom. Yes, she kept her mom's bucket. Her and she uses it.
Kind of sweet.
They're
Yeah, it
next to
actually
each
is very
other.
nice.
Yeah.
She had the big bucket. She was the backyard's a swamp. Dude, the backyard's a swamp. And there's a guy filming it, and it's night vision. Like cats, are just cats coming in and out of the screen. There's just shit everywhere.
The best news that I can get out of this is she doesn't seem to feel an agony. She even wants to go back into it, like offering help, offering a fresh start, fresh food probably, like really trying to guide her into how to take care of herself and what's wrong and what's acceptable. And she wants it.
Everywhere.
She had neighbors and stuff?
Yeah, they're the ones who called the hoarders.
Oh my God.
Yeah, their neighbors snitched. She ended up getting her house bulldozed and sent to a facility.
Bro,
Can you imagine walking past the outside of a house and being like, it smells like every single day?
Their gardens
Every
are
day.
probably popping off though next door. Those gardens are probably crazy.
True.
Another year of
Oh.
award-winning
Yeah.
roses.
Potatoes.
Yeah, they're like
The
that
Martian. Yeah. There's a part. So the cleanup crew. So I guess Hoarders was like, what is it, 1-800-JUNK or whatever.
Yeah,
the guys who get rid of. So they are sponsored by. They sponsor Hoarders, so they get to use their trucks and all this shit. Dude, imagine being those dudes that show up. That must have been. You must have got like $100.
They're like,
Dude.
You had to clean out jugs of. There's one part where this guy's throwing out a tire from the backyard.
Yeah.
And he throws it like that into the back of the truck, and you know how there's the resident.
Yes,
Dude,
water.
splashes out.
Oh,
And it
no.
plays that like dramatic slow-mo music. He's like,
Oh.
so then at the end, they're like, all right, well, they bulldoze her house and then take her to a mental hospital.
Well, assuming that she's okay, because she went to a hospital where they treat you, unless your claim's denied. But I'm assuming, again, that it was probably sponsored. They pay for it or something. She's doing good now, I bet. I'm not going to look it up, but So, yep, it's good. We're going to stop there, because I have no idea what else to say to this video. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, if you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe and go check out all my links where I live stream on Twitch at least 3 times a week. And Patreon. Yep. I don't stream on Patreon. I have more content on there. So yeah, I'll see you all next time.
I may be blue.